according to Joanna Tong, freedom means many things to many people. And in the Oxford Dictionary, being free means not enslaved or under the control of another. Joanna tonight will attempt to answer the question of your definition of freedom. Toastmaster Joanna Tong with the speech title, Freedom. Freedom, Joanna Tong.
Thank you, Toastmaster Loin. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
The mind is like a parachute, and it only functions when it's wide open. Tonight, I'm going to share with you something of what I think freedom is, and I hope that you actually have an open mind to see what I see, what the freedom I see. Freedom. Like Stephen just did the introduction. Freedom by definition means not being enslaved, not being controlled under someone. Have the right, the social and political liberty to choose, the freedom of speech, and not being held down or bonded by, or not being restricted. But how do you set yourself free from the guilt from your past, the things that you have done wrong, the expectation from people, from your co-workers, from your friends, from the society, and the freedom to choose that we all actually have, we forgot to use. The freedom of today, what you do, will affect the next generation. I was in Vietnam lately, back in 2009, and I actually met this peddler selling things to me. I didn't know, little did I know, he actually is Chinese. Why? Because I was whispering to my friend, hey, go to Yawa. And the peddler came back and said, hello, I'm also Chinese, eh? Oops. And he said this to me, lady, your ancestor took you and planted you in Malaysia, while my ancestor ended up here in Vietnam. War-torn in the 80s, and now we are a third world country. When I look at ourselves, I felt the gratitude. Yes, because of my forefathers' decision of that day, that one day we are here, we live, graciously and joyfully, as compared to the citizen in Vietnam. The decision that you may make today may actually bring you the guilt. The decision that you make today might bring pain in the future. So what are your decisions? Let me introduce to you. This is Mr. Bear. He's called Teddy. Teddy is, in the 70s, was being caged out in a very small environment. What happens every day is that when he gets out and get up in the morning, he'll walk 12 steps to the right, 12 steps to the left, 12 steps to the right, and so on. Every day, people will actually come. That back then, the zoo was just open. To the public, people will actually come and see, hey, this Teddy the bear. It's a big bear, alright? So what happened is that the lady go up and saw the bear being confined in such a small space. And the only thing that he do is to walk that 12 steps to the left, that 12 steps to the right. So this issue actually goes up to the ministry and goes up to the humanitarian rights. This is not right for a bear to be confined in that environment. And the petition, it goes through a petition to the Rec Channel, and they finally bought 15 acres of land. Beautiful environment with water and the river for him to play with, the big garden, 15 acres. Wow. So finally the day comes that Grizzly the bear will be released out to a free space. And everybody was invited to actually see this big moment for Mr. Teddy. But what happens when he was actually released out? The next thing, when the gates are open, he went into the field. The first thing he did, 12 steps to the left, 12 steps to the left, 12 steps to the left. And that goes on for the next 4 hours. Why? Because even though that he actually can see the whole field of freedom, but yet his mind, although there's only his free video, his mind is still in the dark. All the freedom that you actually see is conditioned. He is actually being captivated. Now, are we being captivated? Are sure I am one of the victims too, to be confined in that 12 steps of the cubicle of my workplace, of the things that I've said, of the people that actually say in front of me. Everybody dies, but not everybody lives. One said a wise man calls action. What does it mean to live? Because being free itself is just a mind condition, or is it something more? The freedom of expectation, or from the community, like I said, friends and family, and your co-workers. When was the last time you actually make a comment and you feel that this is some of the things that I should not say? When was the last time that you actually suggest out a suggestion, a great, brilliant idea, but you're afraid the person sitting next to you will be like, oh my god, that is so wrong. Have you remembered the last time you actually conquered a mountain or finished a marathon? When was the last time that we actually danced freely, make funny faces as though that no one else would actually see? One night, let me tell you the story of this girl. She had to pass through a dark alley every single day to actually go home. She had a choice to actually use the longer road or the shorter road, which is dark and creepy. But that day, she was very, very urgently need to get home. So she had to pick the dark alleyway. And yes, she knows of the consequences of the dangers of the dark alleyway. And of course, she was robbed, raped, and was assaulted. She suffered pain and she was even taken to the hospital where the psychiatric ward is. And all these other women are also assaulted with pain, with things that they actually don't have to go through, but yet, because of the things that other people do to them. But funny how this lady actually recovered so fast, and the doctors and the nurses are so surprised. How can you get up so fast? And everybody, had to stay in the psychiatric ward for consultation after 3 months, and yet you can recover within weeks. And we are so surprised. It's not possible because someone actually raped you, took all the possession that you actually have, and they assaulted you and beaten you to bits. She told the doctor this, that if I don't live them, I will forever be bounded and be haunted by them. So when I forgive them, I am totally free from their grasp. So freedom, my friends. What is the meaning of freedom to you tonight? And how are we going to celebrate that? And where is the freedom going to take you to? To express yourself, to do the things that is not the norm. With that, I wish you flying high in this Merry Christmas and a very joyful season. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonah.